Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today, Elf Julia is going to be reacting to VoicePlay's performance of OOGIE BOOGIE'S Song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, if I was successful in uploading every single day for 12 days leading up to Christmas, today is Christmas Day. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope that you're having a lovely time wherever you are, regardless of what you are doing. And if you happen to be alone for Christmas, welcome to this reaction. I'm happy to be sharing the next however many minutes with you on the internet. Another thing before we dive in, today I hit 100,000 subscribers. And I don't even know what to say. It seems completely surreal. Like 100,000 people, that's wild. I just genuinely am thankful from the bottom of my heart to you guys. So thank you so much. If you are new to the singing family, if you're an OG subscriber, thank you so much for hanging around and enjoying what we're doing here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get into the react. I am gonna have to remove my little elf hat. So just don't forget that it's Christmas time just because the hat's gone, you know what I mean? All right, let's crack into it. No, Santa! Oh.
Well, what have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy.
He can't change exactly.
I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention now, cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you wanna shake—
What? Where is that? I'm the boogeyman. Piano on first, Julia. Dingbat. D flat 2. Oh my sweet lord.
I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie.
Yes, syncopation. Oh god, I'll break into the vocals in a second. I am loving these. I love the harmonies that they're using, and I love the fact that they shake up the rhythm. So like, for example, in this section, you get those little syncopated hits in between the downbeats of the melody that the bass, he sounds like a bass. There's no way he's not a bass. In between the downbeats that the melody is doing. So let's hear that again.
And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song. Cook a special batch of steak and spider stew.
And don't you know the one thing that would make it work so nice? A roly-poly Santa Claus to add a little spice.
Okay, I can't help myself. I gotta stop it there. These voices that they are putting on are absolutely hilarious. And I do think that's a really fun part of being a singer, is often to achieve a certain vocal goal, whether it be to belt really high or to get something into a different placement. You often do access that through strange voices. So for example, getting your twang up because you're doing a witch cackle, finding interesting voices to play around with placement. So you wind up being able to use lots of really different voices because you want to be able to sort of shift your voice around, which means you kind of almost have like these little characters which you can attribute towards certain vocal sounds, like the witch for twang, like Mickey Mouse for second register. Hi, and you're kind of up here, and that's where you're talking because we're in second register, but it's not quite a mix. And like, you can hear that my cold is getting all in there, but you wind up with really weird voices that you kind of play around with because you need to be able to play with these different sounds and shift your tongue around to the back or to the front and all the way up into your nose. So you wind up with all these different placements that you can associate with different sounds. And I just think that that's so fun for singing. And you can see here that they're very comfortable doing that, which means that they've clearly played around with these voices enough to develop these little characters. There's actually a difference between them. So if I go back to those voices.
And don't you know the one thing that would make it work so nice? A roly roly Santa Claus to add a little spice.
That sound reminds me a lot of the guy who plays Beetlejuice in the musical Beetlejuice. If you go and listen to his singing, I might copyright's a pain in the bum. I'll put a link to his singing. You can hear that he has to use a lot of these different placements. And if you overdo it, you can wind up fatiguing yourself and hurting yourself. But you know, playing with these spaces is just all the fun of learning to sing, but you can develop these characters like what these guys are doing here. We're just gonna keep going. This is great.
Release me now, you must face the dire consequences. The children are expecting me, so please come to your senses.
You're joking, I can't believe my ears.
When someone shut his up,
I'm drowning in my tears.
it's funny. I'm laughing.
Oh, cool effect on tears on the bass voice there.
When someone shut his up,
I'm drowning in my tears.
it's funny. I'm laughing. You really are too much.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna do the best I can. Hit it!
The sound of rolling dice to me is music in the air.
'Cause I'm a gambling boogeyman, although I don't play fair.
It's much more fun, I must confess. With lives on the line.
Not mine, of course, but yours, oh boy. Now that'll be just fine.
Release me faster, you will have to answer for this heinous act.
Oh, brother, you're something. You put me in a spin.
You aren't comprehending the possession that you're in.
It's hopeless.
You're finished.
You haven't got a prayer.
'Cause I'm Mr. Oogie Boogie, and you ain't going nowhere. The Oogie Boogie Man. Oogie Boogie
Oh my goodness, what's that? Low note, tell me, low note, what are you? It kind of sounds like he went that low. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's an E. An E. What the flip? E4, E3, E2, E1. Oh my god, that's low. That is low. Wow. I wonder, were the three who were doing the funny voices around him, are they tenors? Or like barytenors? I do think it's really, really cool that even though they're all higher up, they're really, really tight, and particularly the way that their harmonies move, it doesn't sound like they're out of balance with one another, which is really cool. And obviously production, I'm going to stop badgering on about that, but the fact that it is balanced sounds really, really cool and tight and clean. How many people are in this group normally? Is the Santa their baritone? Because I think for me, I was hearing lots and lots of low coming from their bass, who was the feature for this song, and then lots and lots of high. I wasn't getting as many, the middle of the sort of harmonic stack, if you will. I wasn't getting many of those slightly warmer, lower mid kind of tones, those frequencies that would connect between the bass and then the tenor work. So I would be curious to know if that was a deliberate choice in order to make sure that the bass remained a feature and it didn't become too ensemble-y. I'm not familiar with this group, so I don't know how many there are normally, and I don't know what they would normally arrange for. It sounds like they can arrange for, obviously, singers who can sing quite high for a male voice, and then they can balance out those harmonies in that register, so they must be fairly comfortable being up there. The bass. Like a true basso profundo is really rare, but he's got tops as well. He can go up, he's got this belt that... He's got range is what I'm getting at, so even though he's got these ridiculously low climb out of the pit in hell deep notes, he's also got that belt that he's taking up. Where did that go to? I would like
And although I don't play fair,
although I don't play fair. Damn. Okay, so if you're a baritone, normally you want to be comfortable belting and taking up to at least an F sharp or a G flat, if you will. Also, It ended on an E, which means the D flat I mentioned earlier should have been a C sharp. I just wasn't sure of the key, and I did jazz performance, so my brain will automatically decide to call something a flat over a sharp if I'm not 100% sure what the key actually is. But yeah, so if you're a baritone, you kind of want to get up to around that F sharp, G flat, at least for a belt. If you look at a lot of musical theatre music, if you listen to classical baritones, you kind of need your range up to there. So he's a bass who went all the way from that ridiculous E1 all the way up to around that F sharp, G flat, 4 kind of range, that is absolutely insane. It means his balance and his connectivity through his body is really working for him there if he's able to balance through that, because when he was belting, it didn't sound tight in any way, shape, or form. Musically, what's happening with the arrangement, I also think is really cool. They loved that little syncopation, but it wasn't just, upbeat syncopation. They also had faster points of subdivision as well.
And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. 'Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song.
So you get those varieties, the rhythmic variety going on in their arrangement as well, which sounds really, really cool. It means that the arrangement behind the soloist isn't just filling out chords. I'd be super curious to see how the rest of the group sing when they're not putting on funny voices, even though funny voices are hilarious. And obviously dressing up in a costume is really fun as well. Case in point, knew I was going to do Oogie Boogie's song, couldn't help myself. Julia Elf is in the building. It's really, really fun. I think the fact that it's fun but also musically interesting, that's something that I'm appreciating when I'm listening to this. I'm going to return to the soloist just for a second because there's something he did from the get-go which he maintained throughout the entire time, and that is his speech quality. Speech quality, which is the place where you would speak something, or sort of the conversational elements of talking, those translate into these kinds of performances and make them stronger. They elevate the performance because we really feel like we're being told a story. Could you imagine you're a kid and someone's telling you like a creepy bedtime story in this format? It makes it so much more interesting. So we're just going to go back and listen to that because he does this brilliant talking in the beginning that's perfectly in character, and then it carries over. That talky element, that speech, that character carries over into the rest of the performance.
Well, 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 what have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy.
He dancing
Exactly.
I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention now, 'cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong.
So you can hear how that character is maintained throughout as he continues. He uses this speak, talking, and it absolutely merges seamlessly into when he's actually singing notes. So it maintains this character, it maintains that storytelling element from the very beginning when he's like taunting Santa. So I think that that's really, really cool, and it's definitely something that's very, very fun to do. And albeit you hear it a hell of a lot more in musical theatre, because in musical theatre the song is part of the story, like the lyrics are critical for expression and sort of moving the story along, so you hear it a lot more in musical theatre, but I just think that it's beautifully demonstrated here. So if you are someone who is interested in this kind of character singing, let's say you're a musical theatre singer, or you just want something that comes across with a lot more character than how you yourself might normally present something, playing around with different voices and developing the spoken character for whatever it is you're going for is an excellent bridge into being able to sing with those characteristics. As I mentioned earlier, often for these funny voices, where you would place it is then where you would sing it, because it's going to have similar acoustic properties, but now you just have to sustain a note in that place. So I think that that's demonstrated beautifully here, where it sounds like he's just taunting him. He's just talking. He's just telling this story through character. Then these sung notes are dropping in there every now and again, but they don't seem out of place because he's able to maintain it throughout. So I think that's an excellent demonstration of that, and definitely a fun little workshopping exercise if you yourself are interested in developing more characterized ways of singing. Set up how you would speak that character first and then try the singing element. But yeah, overall, I thought this was really fun. Super wowed by that last note. Holy moly. Holy moly. That's low. That's low. fabulous harmonies coming from the rest of the group. Loved their character voices because it's part of the fun of being able to do this kind of singing is you get to play with placement and play with these different characters and put it in different spots and make funny noises and do these like interesting things with your voice that's just completely silly almost. And yet here it's so apt. It's so perfect. So I loved that. I loved the fact that they did that instead of it just being like Oogie Boogie is the main character then and the people in the background are just doing oohs and ahs and nothing. Like, it's really like they're Oogie Boogie's minions and they're kind of egging him on and taunting Santa as well. So I really loved that. I thought the story, the set, the costumes, the fact that Santa's in a chair. I think this is a really fun song, and because of the musical elements that were in those supporting harmonies and supporting figures, because of those musical elements, I would be keen to check out more of their music because there's versatility and there's creativity in how those harmonies have been arranged. It's like tiny little evolutions of the idea, and it just keeps us going and keeps us interested. So I thought this was really, really fun. I'm so glad I got to see it. Keen to check out more VoicePlay. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. And that is it from me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that one. If you did, please be sure to click the like button, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification beside it for more just like this one. As usual, I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye. So much fun. Oh, I want to play too. I can make funny voices. I got a costume and everything. I can be a man on the inside. Like, come on.